Hey guys, how y'all doing? And welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you've never been here before. My name is David and I repair RVs for a living. Now, before I went into the RV repair business, I worked as a journeyman electrician for over 20 years, and pretty much given that up. I moved into an RV a few years ago, and I've had a lot of issues since I moved into my RV. Worked on doing a lot of repairs, and at some point I decided that I just wanted to go ahead and start my own RV repair business, and I did. It's been a lot of fun too. It's kind of a diverse profession to get into. Some days you're working on water heaters, other days you're doing furnaces. You could be working on, sometimes I'm doing plumbing leaks, refrigerators. And today what I'm actually doing is what I got out of. I've got an electrical project over here. This guy had a complaint that his breakers were tripping pretty often. Some stuff just wasn't working at all. So I opened this panel up a couple of weeks ago, and I discovered that he had some loose connection problems here. All of his white neutral wires were pretty much burned up. They're supposed to be white. They're now brown, and some of them are corroded and cracking apart. So let me show you how I'm going to fix this problem. Alright, so the first thing I've done is I've opened up this cabinet door right into the sink right next to the panel, and I have discovered some good news down there. Let me jump over there and show you what I've discovered. Yeah, so what I'm seeing down here is these wires do have plenty of slack on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this panel out completely. Then I'm going to push these wires further into the holes in here, cut off all the burnt connections, and reconnect with all good new clean connections. Also, this power cord, this is where the power comes in from the outdoor power pedestal. I'm going to take this cord out of here, and I'm going to replace this as well. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to start by taking off this panel cover here. Two more screws down here. In case you're wondering, I did take I did unplug the power before I started. And you know what, let me move the camera over here and show you these burned up connections inside the panel. If I can get it, let's see if we can zoom in here. You can see all those wires in there. Just look at these burned connections, black and brown. Those wires are supposed to be white. Even where they hook, just everywhere. That's just, that's bad. That's really bad. But we're going to take care of this problem today. Alright, now I'm going to take out some more screws and see if we can get this thing out of here. That one's fighting me a little bit. Let's see. Sit behind it while I... I won. Okay. Okay, now let's see if I can pull this out of here. Question is, how far can I pull it? Let me crawl inside the cabinet. I think I just have to disconnect some straps that are holding those wires down in there. That might be a number 2 screw. Let me see if there's any possible way to get a screw gun on that. Now let's Let's see if we can move this panel. See if there's anything else holding it. Let's see. Yeah, this guy's got a screw in it too. And so does that one. It's like I've got 2 more screws to get out. RVs are kind of tricky. You know, if this were a house, we'd be standing up to work on this panel, but with RVs, they like to put them down on the ground for whatever reason. Yeah, so you're always crawling around on your belly. Let's go. There we go. I've got one more. I can't actually see the screw though. From here I just see the strap. See if we can do this by braille. Success. Now, that's probably about all we're going to get. I think that's good enough. Okay, I'm going to start with the neutrals, all the wires that are burnt. I'm just going to loosen every single one of them so I can get them out of here. I can't believe how badly this was burnt. I can already see it's the main feeder wire coming in. The neutral is what was loose. The last time I worked on one of these panels, that was the same thing. It was the neutral wire coming in from the panel was loose. Okay, so now I've got all the neutrals loose. Let's get them not loose enough. Let's go more. Now, like I said, if we were working in a residential house right now, I'd be standing up. And here's my culprit wire right here. As well go ahead and just connect all the grounds too. Really, we're taking everything out of here. Or not out, we're just pulling it in further. Okay, now let's see if we can disconnect everything. God, this is bad. Some of these wires are even melted together. This is actually my 3rd time at this residence. I've been working on several projects here. I'm pretty sure, I think he said that somebody gave this RV to him just because of all the problems that it had. But I came in here and installed a new toilet. He's got 2 teenage boys living here with him, the dad and his 2 teenage sons, and they didn't have a flushing toilet for over a month, more than a month. And then I was here yesterday. I took out the old water heater and replaced it. They had a 6-gallon tanked water heater that, you know, that's just not big enough. It never has been and never will be. You can't take a full shower with the 6-gallon water heater unless you turn it on, you get yourself, you know, wet. I've talked about this before. Turn it off to soap up and then turn it back on to rinse. And you know, you're not going to be having any back-to-back showers either. You know, he's got 2 sons that need to get ready for school. So what I did is I installed a tankless water heater, a Girard tankless water heater, and now they have unlimited hot. Okay, those are all disconnected. Now we need to get them pulled out of the panel. Let's see if I can move my camera over here so you guys can see the wires as they come out. If I want to raise this, angle down. All of these 12-volt wires are staying in. We don't have any issues here. It's just with the 120-volt stuff. Residential panels in houses don't have a 12-volt side either. This is completely different from a house panel. In fact, most electricians wouldn't even know how to troubleshoot this panel. I know I didn't when I first looked inside of one of these things. I said, how am I an electrician and I don't understand what I'm seeing? I had to watch some YouTube videos to actually wrap my head around it. There we go. Okay, so this is my least favorite Romex connector here. These are really difficult to get wires out of. I'm going to start with this power cable, I think. This RV was replumbed at some point. Got a lot of really nice, good-looking plumbing in here. Most RVs don't. It's kind of an older RV. Like I say, it was given to him because there were so many issues. The toilet and the sink tap was broke off in the kitchen. We put a new sink tap on there too. And like I say, we did the water heater, and we've got the panel, and his air conditioner is not working either. That's another issue. We've got, you know, it's winter, you know, so I don't know if it's if I need to start working on that right away, but at some point he does want to deal with his water heater, or sorry, his air conditioner. We'll get that going again. Okay, let's see. I'm going to just pull this. You can't even see what I'm doing here, can you? See, I'll back the camera up. I've pulled this wire through, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all this burnt stuff off and strip it out back further, and you know, just reconnect with some nice clean connections. My wire stripper's over here. Okay, let's cut it. Boom. Okay. Now I need my razor knife wherever that's hiding. I've got tools scattered everywhere. I'm not very organized. I hate to admit that I never have been. When I worked as an electrician, people used to pick on me about my truck. I would just throw stuff in there, and wherever it lands is where it goes, all right? Okay, let's see. So I need to strip that even longer because this black needs to be long enough to come over to here. So it's kind of, let me pull it to about, strip it back to about this point. See if that's going to be good enough. This connector here is upside down. I'm going to spin it around so I can tighten it. This one wasn't actually even torqued down at all. The restraint was not. Let's see if I can get back here. Keep forgetting to check on this camera. If my business were any bigger, I'd have an apprentice here with me and could make more videos. I usually don't record these repairs because, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be late for my next appointment if I'm rolling the cameras, or, you know, maybe the customer doesn't want me filming in their house. I did talk to this guy and he gave me permission to record a YouTube video. I used to put out videos every week. I just, you know, I haven't been able to do that. I haven't been motivated either. I do have a repair coming up that I might film, just because the lady said she found me through one of my YouTube videos, so I think she would probably be okay with me filming. She has a problem. It's actually a motorhome, a drivable motorhome. And when she's driving down the road, the engine's alternator charges the house batteries and the engine battery. But when she's parked and plugged in, she has a one-way relay, unidirectional, so she's able to charge her house batteries, but not the engine battery, and her engine battery, chassis battery, is going dead on a regular basis. So I'm going to go over there and install a bi-directional relay, and I think that's going to solve the issue. Oops, sorry, bumped you guys. This cord is not going back in. Let me try and pull it over in front of the camera here. Can you guys see that? It's just all brown and burned up. In fact, this neutral wire insulation is melted onto the hot. It's not even separating. Yeah, that was really bad. You know, I think the rest of this cord's probably okay, but I looked at the plug, you know, outside, and one of the prongs was kind of loose too, so we just decided to go ahead and change this entire cord. Okay, there's one wire done. Let's see if we can pull. Gosh, it'll be easier to start with the bottom ones. Let's untangle this little mess I've got going here. Okay, so off camera I actually took out those blue bushings in the back that I told you I do not like. Replaced them with two 2-screw connectors, then I've got one RCR 50 there in the middle. Now, I still need to push the new power cable into this panel, so I think that's what we're going to do next. Once I get that in there, I can screw the panel in, and then we can just start reattaching all of the wires in the panel here. So let's go outside and see if we can pull that power cord out and fish the new one in. Okay, this is our cord here. If you guys can see, let me pull this out. I don't know if it's strapped in anywhere or if it's just going to come out. It might be coiled up in there too. Actually, let me run inside and untangle that. I untangled the cord in there and it was really long. This cord has been spliced and extended. I'm glad I'm replacing it. Let's see, I'll show you right here. This cord has been extended. I don't know what the splice looks like. I don't even care because it's going away. That's my new cord there, but it came double-ended, so I'm going to cut one side off and then we'll feed it in. All right, now let's feed this cord in there. Looks like I can actually shove quite a bit more in than that. This panel's not very far from here, just 6 or 7 feet. So I'm going to have a lot of extra slack in there like that last cord did. Alright, that should be good for now. Let's go inside. Alright, you can see the wire coming through this cubby hole here. See if I can find the end of it. And I've got another hole I need to fish it through. I had to take some drawers out, obviously, to do this. That's the way it goes with RVs. You're always taking out drawers and cabinets and sometimes cutting things. And come under here. All right, that's enough. Bring this camera back over to the panel side here. All right, I've got the wire fished over. Now we've just got to get it into the panel. This is the last wire that needs to go in. Make that one as long as we want. There's all kinds of slack on it. Yeah, after we wrap this up, I'll show you a couple other things that I've done here. I'll show you the water heater and the new toilet. We give them a Dometic 310. It's a really good toilet. In fact, it's better than my toilet. He's got me beat. Okay, we've got all the wires in the panel. Now I can screw this thing back in, then we'll put all the wires together. Let's get it in there. Okay, now I gotta find all the screws are up here. Where's my screw gun? There it is. Just gonna set all these screws down here where I can see them. Okay, we'll start with these number 2 squares. This is what was holding it in. Try and find the same holes. There's one. Okay. Had to move you guys over to the smaller tripod. That big one was just too big to get down. It doesn't want to go as low as this little guy will go. Next step is to strip out all the wires. We'll start with the feeder here. I should just like to run my razor blade right down the middle of it. There we go. Some of this out of there. Let's put some nicks in it, but without really going back and forth because you don't want to go too deep. Oh, come on, baby. All right, but we got that one stripped. That was probably the hardest one. I'm trying to push it back out a little bit. Okay. All right, I'm just going to start at the top and work my way down. Okay, on my initial visit, I completely failed to check the 12-volt side of this panel. When I took off the panel cover, my eyes went straight to the burned up neutral wires, and my brain just said, "Oh, there's your problem. That's it right there." And I just, I didn't check any further. Didn't check for any more issues. But as you're about to find out, we are going to have to change out this entire panel. I have already ordered the panel, and I will be filming the installation, so be sure and turn on the notification bell so you can come back and watch me take all this work apart and start all over again. So as a result, let's see what we've got here. We've got 11.95 on that fuse. 11.95 on that one, 11.95 there, 15.4 there. See, it's like half of this is working and half's not. But I mean, 15's too much. We should be around the 13.5 range. 15.4 is too high. And I think we've definitely confirmed that some of his 12-volt appliances are getting more voltage than they need, and these are not getting enough. And one of these batteries wires goes out to the battery too, so his battery is not charging right now either. I like to get all the paper off of here. I watch a lot of YouTube videos where people work on these panels, and sometimes they don't leave some insulation in here. Now, if you look at your code book, it'll tell you that you're required to have at least 1/4 inch of insulation sticking into the box. You can have more than 1/4. You can have a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inches. You just want to make sure you've got at least 1/4 of insulation sticking through, because you don't want the clamps, right on your wires, bare wires. This panel was slightly overstuffed, and it's already got twin breakers in here, so I can't really do anything about it. But yeah, a couple of these wires were doubled up, and really they're not supposed to be. One of them was the converter wire was tied in with this guy, I believe. And that's this wire here coming up from the converter down there, the hot and the neutral. Now that the wires are stripped out, I'm going to hook all the grounds up first, then I'll do the neutrals, and the hots will be last. And all these breakers got turned off, must have bumped them. Let's see. So the grounds go up on the top, and the neutrals go down here, and all the hots go on the breakers. Let's see here. See if I can do this guy first. This one's a big solid here. Not sure what this is even for. It must be bonding something or grounding something. This is the ground wire in coming here, so this must be a bond. There we go. Nice and tight. Okay. We can do this feeder wire next. I think I'm going to shorten it a little bit. Come down like that, and then up right there. Might have to back that screw out just a hair. More than a hair. I'm working at a weird angle because I got the camera here, and I don't know, my arm's probably in the way too. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see everything, but I don't know if it's working out. Okay, that's done. Let's get some. Now you're allowed to put, as far as grounds go, you can put 2 grounds under one lug, but you're not allowed to put 2 neutrals under one lug. Okay, so we're probably gonna double these grounds up since I am allowed to do that. Okay, let's get one in here. Let me loosen that a hair. Make sure I can fit 2 wires under it. Now, when you're doubling up wires, though, it's good to keep like 14s together. Like, you don't really want to have like a 14 and a 12 under one lug. So we're gonna put 2 14s under here. There we go. Get the screwdriver on it at this weird angle. Okay. This isn't really a tutorial either. I'm just kind of taking you guys to work with me. I don't do this very often. Rarely run the cameras when I'm working. You see, if I had a bigger company and I had an apprentice with me, I'd probably run the cameras a lot. I'd probably have him filming while I'm working, or I'd be filming while he's working. Let's see, that's a 12. There's a 12 here. We'll put two 12s together. And we're going to cut them off to the same length. Actually, I got to go over here. How many we got left? One? Just this? Nope, we got two left. What do we got here? Let's see, we got a 12 and a 14, so I'm going to separate them. I'll put this one here. Let's cut it. I think that screw needs to come out a little more. Now we're in there. I put in a bid to change out another water heater in this RV park yesterday, but I haven't heard back. Maybe they don't like my numbers. They had me look at an RV yesterday, just a couple RVs down from here. Let's see, she said the water heater was not working, but it was bypassed when I got over there, so I moved some levers around to get the water flowing, and turned out the water heater had a big hole in the bottom of it, rusted through, so a bunch of water came pouring out of it. And then I was looking around, and they've got some outlets that are not working in that RV. The refrigerator's not working. She told me about the water heater, but she didn't. I don't know if she even knows about all the other issues. And I didn't put bids in for any of that other stuff either. I just put a bid in for the water heater because that's what she wanted. And I have not heard back, so I don't think I'm going to be getting that job. All right, so that's it for the grounds. Let's see, neutrals are next. It's kind of dark in there. Let me see if I can move this flashlight. I don't know if this will help. Let's put that there for now. All right. Oh, my headlamp wasn't even on. That helps. I'm wearing a headlamp, but it's not on. Okay, let's loosen all these. Looks like there was never anything on this one. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have exactly enough spaces for all these guys. Now that I've installed these grounds, it's going to make it difficult to get to my neutrals. Oh. Causing myself some problems here. Gosh, I think that's got a little bit of brown on it too. I'm going to cut that back. That's the one neutral that goes down to the converter. I don't want to cut that too short either. I mean, you can always splice it if we have to, but sometimes when these wires melt, they don't like to strip out. This insulation just melds with the wire inside of it. Becomes one. It'd be best to cut it back even shorter, then I could strip it easier, but I don't have enough wire. If I did that, I'd have to make a splice. There we go. That's enough. We'll plug that into the bottom hole because it's the closest, and this guy is very short. Get in there. Yeah. I think the homeowner just rolled up. I hear a car out there. Could be a neighbor. I don't know. He took off with his dog right about the time I was starting this. because obviously I had to cut the power, so he wasn't able to watch TV. That one's done. Which one do we want to do next? Get these blacks out of my way. Get out of my way. Alright, this one's closest to it, so I think I'll do this one next. Yep, that is the homeowner. I recognize his voice out there. His name is Alan.
How goes the war?
Oh, it's going good now. We got the new power wire in here. Stripped off the old wires, got rid of all the burnt brown connections, and now we're hooking up the new stuff. Browns are done. I'm working on the neutrals now. Then we're going to go to the breakers next. And
Are you replacing those? Or?
no, I'm not replacing the breakers. The breakers are all right. Just all the wires had burnt connections, so we just redid all the wires now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Closing in on the finish line here.
How'd the video come out?
Oh, it's still recording now.
Oh,
yeah, I'm actually recording these connections going up. Yeah. That's Alan, the homeowner. Oh, Alan's saying hi to his mom back there. I'll show him what one of these wires look like. See, check this out. This is the one I'm going to show him.
Oh, wow.
See how they were just all burned up, every one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is going to be a lot safer when we're done here. Yeah, that was really bad. That, like I was telling these guys, that is about as bad as it gets. Yeah, so I'm glad we're doing this. All right, that one's in. Now let's move on to this one.
you'll be able to revamp once you're done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this place is looking good now.
Yeah, I'd like you to come back on the 3rd.
On the 3rd?
November,
Okay, yeah.
And,
I'll put that on my calendar.
and do the lights over here.
Oh, that's right. I was going to bring some bulbs today, and I forgot to bring them.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm going to have to write myself a note about that. So the 3rd, I'll put you on the calendar for the 3rd?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll be
All righty. Let's see. Come on. It's hard to work at this weird angle. I got to have the camera right where I want to be. There we go. That one's on. How many we got left here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's do this one next. Yeah, my dad has an RV over in Ocean Park, and he had the same exact problem as you've got here. Same exact problem. All the neutral wires were burned up.
Well, you know, I got an opportunity to, I won't have to pay rent for 9 months.
No rent for 9 months?
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the money and just invest it in the trailer.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'd like to get the AC going, but that's in January.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I'm gonna wait until after Christmas.
Wait till after Christmas? Yeah, all right. I know I turned it on. Something was either the fan was working and the compressor was not, or the compressor was working and the fan was not. I can't remember. But we'll see. We'll have to figure that out at some point. This RV had multiple projects that needed to be done. I'll show you guys a couple of things that we've done here already after I wrap up this panel. Show you the new water heater and the new toilet.
Which I love.
Which he loves, he said.
And I want to replace this fridge at one point too.
The refrigerator too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can definitely do that.
It is horrible.
What's it doing?
Oh, it just smells.
Oh, it smells?
Freezers.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe it's not getting cold enough. And then the next project after that converter is going to be this refrigerator. These 3-way refrigerators are incredibly expensive, like $4,000, $4,500, something like that. So what he's going to do is, or he just wants to convert this over to a residential refrigerator. Probably get one of those for a few $100s. We'll see. I still need to get some price checks, and yeah, we'll go from there.
And we cleaned it up, but I don't put anything in there that because it flavors the.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes when you get bad odors in the fridge, it's really hard to get rid of them.
Yeah, and it's 25 years old.
25? Yeah.
1991 trailer.
Yeah, these older RVs actually did better than the new ones. You know, some of the newer parts that are putting out nowadays, you know, the old air conditioners used to last 20, 30 years. Now I'm hearing people talking about, you know, 1 to 2 years, and they're having issues with brand new, you know, they're just making everything so cheap nowadays.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Let's see, do I got another slot? This ground wire is kind of blocking it. Get out of the way. Yeah, my last wire has to go right in there. Is that too long? Just a hair. Just gonna take a little off.
I gotta get me some new curtains.
It's a lot, I
Do
know.
this area here for the boys.
Is there just the one bedroom in here?
Well, look, my one son's sleeping on the couch. It kind of extends out. But I want to build an area under there so they have their clothes and stuff underneath.
Oh yeah, storage.
Maybe a place for the cat box.
Yeah.
Right now he's in my bathroom.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Cat box is in the bathroom?
Yeah, he loves to come
That's
in
probably a
and
good
sit
spot
on my
for it.
toilet.
That's where everybody else is going.
Put one of these together.
All right. That's the neutrals. Now let's get the hots next. Let's see.
Yeah, I went for gallbladder surgery on the 25th of July. And
Gallbladder surgery?
on the way home, they told me I owned a cat.
Oh, somebody got the cat while you were gone?
My youngest son.
That's funny.
It's a therapy animal, Dad.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
This is our feeder wire here, so I'm going to put this in under the 30.
Mine's
see
the
if I
smallest
can-
dog.
A smaller dog. Gosh, let me see if I can get low enough to, you know, sometimes it's easier to take out the breaker and let's see. I gotta loosen that. I don't know if these screw terminals loosen so I can get some wires under it. And I'm gonna put this, let's see, we got the 30 here on the left, and this is my feeder wire. This is the new cord that we just ran out. So I'm gonna put that one in there. And let's see, I think we'll put the shorter wire in, shortest wire in next to it. I don't think this would reach anywhere but here. Okay. That's a hair long.
Had a lot of extra wire though, huh?
Oh yeah, we had plenty of wire in there. I was able to pull all the slack through that I
Still
needed
good?
to. Yeah, it just, when that happens, it usually just burns right at the edges, you know, right where the connections are at. Yeah, so we cut off those bad connections and now we are safe. Okay. All right, that's good. Now let's snap that back in. I only had to take it out because it's so low. You got these RV panels are down on the ground, like I say. You can't see the holes underneath it. So I think I'm going to take this one. Let's see, we got a 15. Which one's the 15? It's going to be the smallest one. That feels like the 15, but that's also a 15. Let's see. Yeah, these are both 15s. Okay. Cut that one right there.
Yeah, I just want it to be nice. So
Oh, I don't blame you.
one of my girls want to move in.
That's what everybody wants. We just want our place to be nice. Yeah. Okay, let's get that on there.
I own it now.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I own mine too. That's the best way to go. So you don't have to make payments, you know.
Give me a fifth.
A fifth wheel? Oh, that's what this is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fifth wheel.
Something to haul it. The only thing is, this thing's so old.
Did somebody else have
Some
to...
of the wood is rotted.
Yeah, that's common with these old RVs. I just made a video in my RV where I've got some wood that's rotten out from a plumbing leak I had.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there was water dripping onto the ground for probably more than a couple of weeks, and I thought it was water coming off my roof from the air conditioner.
Yeah,
Then one day I went outside in the morning when the AC was not running and the water was dripping. So I was like, oh no. Yeah, so I discovered I had a pretty bad plumbing leak. I fixed the leak, but the wood rot is still there.
Yeah. Can't do anything about that.
No.
Then you dry it out.
Yeah. Let's see, we've got... I've actually got two wires that could go on 20 amp breakers, but there's only one 20 amp breaker in here. I just remembered this converter was under this one. Those two guys were doubled up.
Lucky, I'm going to let you concentrate.
Alrighty.
On your way.
Yep. Take this back out of here again. Okay, we're under the lugs. Let's torque that down. There we go. So now we got 115 and two 20s left. Or one 12 gauge and two 14 gauges. So, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to double both of these 20s up because I know I'm going to switch that out to a, you know, like I say, the AC doesn't work anyways. So I'm going to temporarily double these up until I get my other breaker. This is a code violation. Sorry. Wow. And I've even posted it on YouTube. That's a temporary code violation. Calm down. Okay, now we got two left. That guy's kind of short because I think I had that one cut off once. Okay, let's put that in there. Take this out. I'm going to go outside and plug it in and see what happens. Be right back. Alright, so now I'm going to check all these breakers, make sure they've got 120 each of them. Let's see, can I see you guys? Oh, let's see, I want to get my negative here. Let's see what this guy's got. 119. 119. 119. 119. On that one. 119. And 119, yeah, so all the breakers are working. Now that we've got that confirmed, I can go ahead and put the panel cover back on. This cover will help hold the breakers in. Alright, and this little panel project is done. Let me show you something inside this cabinet real quick here. That's a new water heater that we installed here. He had a 6-gallon Suburban tanked water heater, and it was originally connected with, you see those metal flexible water lines in there. It had 2 of them. I was pretty excited about that because I've never seen that before. The hot one wouldn't reach those, so I did have to replumb the hot. That's that new white PEX going down to the water heater. And then we just installed the thermostat right out here. I'll show you this new toilet too. Oh, and we did a sink tap as well. You know, so he can extend this around. I gave him pretty much the same exact sink tap that I've got in my own house. And then let me take you into the bathroom and show you the last thing I did here. This is his new Dometic 310 toilet. I think I mentioned earlier in the video, these guys didn't have a flushing toilet for about a month. This one's got the pedal down here. It's got all these holes in here for the water to come out of. Yeah, this is a great toilet. Yeah, so now we're just down to clean up, and I need to put some drawers back in, but I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time.